Let's get one thing straight. Before you go any further, you were never human. That's right. Everything you've been told about your identity, your body, and your place in the universe is incomplete. This isn't just another video about spiritual awakening or abstract philosophy. What you're about to discover is a blueprint, a roadmap to reclaiming the truth of who and what you really are. We've all been conditioned to believe we are physical beings, born, living, and dying in a linear timeline. But that's the first illusion. You are not just flesh and bone. You are consciousness, pure, radiant, infinite consciousness, temporarily experiencing life through a human vessel. Here's a fact that might shock you. The human eye can only see less than 1% of the electromagnetic spectrum. That means over 99% of the light and energy around you is completely invisible to your senses. Now imagine this. If we are blind to 99% of what's around us, what else are we missing? What realities are hidden beyond that sliver of perception? The answer lies in the 12 stages of consciousness that we'll uncover together in this video. Each stage peels back a layer of illusion, a step closer to your true nature. From the chaotic density of the physical world to the radiant, formless source itself, these 12 realms are not just abstract ideas. They are active layers of existence that influence your life every single moment. As we journey through these realms, you'll begin to realize something profound. The life you thought you were living is only the surface level of a much vaster, more intricate system of reality. And the most powerful truth? You are a part of that system, not as a passive observer, but as a conscious creator. This video is your invitation to stop thinking small, to break free from the mental cages that have kept you confined to a tiny slice of reality, to open your eyes, your true eyes, and begin to see the full spectrum of your existence. Nikola Tesla once said, "If you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration." That's exactly what we'll do here. Because your awakening isn't just a shift in belief, it's a shift in frequency. So take a deep breath, get comfortable, and prepare yourself. Because from this point forward, you will never look at yourself or reality the same way again. Stage 1. Chaos and confusion. When everything feels like disorder. We begin exactly where all things start, in chaos. At first glance, chaos seems like destruction, disorder, something you want to avoid, escape, or fix as quickly as possible. But here's the deeper truth. Chaos is not just part of life, it is the seed of all creation. It is the canvas of pure potential, the space where the old collapses and the new is born. In the grand journey from human to pure consciousness, chaos is always the first stage. No one skips it. No one transcends it without passing through its fire. At this level of consciousness, nothing feels certain. Nothing feels steady. You might feel as if the ground beneath your feet has crumbled and you're falling through space, searching for something, anything, to hold on to. Does that echo deep within your own experience, stirring a memory, a feeling, a knowing you can't quite explain? Let's talk about what chaos actually looks and feels like in your everyday life. Maybe you've experienced a crushing heartbreak that left you hollow and unsure of who you are. The sudden loss of a loved one that shattered your sense of meaning. A deep, personal failure that made you question your purpose, your abilities, your worth. Or maybe it wasn't a single event, but a slow unraveling, that creeping feeling that no matter how hard you work, no matter how much you strive, nothing clicks into place. You wake up each day feeling disconnected, like you're stuck in a fog, going through the motions but wondering deep down, is this really all there is? This is chaos energy at work. To make it even clearer, let's look at a real-world example. Imagine Lisa, a high achiever with a steady job, a family, and a clear path ahead. On the outside, everything seems fine, but over time, she starts feeling off. Tasks that used to bring her satisfaction now feel meaningless. Relationships feel strained. A creeping sense of anxiety fills her days. She keeps pushing forward because that's what we're taught to do. But the weight gets heavier until one day she breaks down. She finds herself crying in the car, whispering, "I don't know who I am anymore." Lisa is in chaos, and maybe, in some way, you recognize her story. Or take a global example, the COVID-19 pandemic. Practically overnight, billions of people were thrown into chaos, jobs lost, routines shattered, loved ones gone. The world as we knew it stopped making sense. Uncertainty and fear became daily companions. This was chaos on a global scale. But here's something we often miss. Chaos is not a dead end. It's a doorway. In nature, chaos is everywhere. Think of the violent churning of a volcano before new land is formed, the raging storm before clear skies, the unsettling mess of a caterpillar dissolving into goo before it becomes a butterfly. Chaos is the womb of transformation, and the same is true for you. When you hit chaos, whether it's a personal crisis or a global event, it can feel like everything is falling apart. But in truth, what's happening is that the old structure of your life is dissolving to make way for something new. Chaos is your soul's way of saying, it's time to grow. That doesn't mean it's easy. Chaos is uncomfortable because it strips away everything familiar. It forces you to confront the unknown. It pushes you to let go of control, sometimes kicking and screaming. Let's talk about the inner feelings that come with chaos. You might recognize these. A tightness in your chest, as if anxiety has taken up permanent residence. Sleepless nights spent overthinking and second-guessing every decision. Emotional swings between numbness and overwhelm. A persistent question that echoes in your mind. What's the point of all this? And perhaps the hardest part, the sense of loneliness. Because when you're in chaos, it often feels like no one else understands. You look around, and everyone else seems to have it together while you feel like you're falling apart. But let me reassure you, you are not alone. Chaos is a universal experience. Every soul that has ever embarked on the path of awakening has passed through it. Why? Because chaos is the cosmic reset button. It breaks down the false identities, the limiting beliefs, the illusions that keep you small. It strips away everything that no longer serves you, sometimes gently, often brutally, to clear the space for your true self to emerge. Think of it like a computer that's been overloaded with junk files, outdated programs, and malware. At some point, it crashes. It can't keep running the same way anymore. But that crash is the first step toward a clean reboot, a fresh start. Similarly, chaos in your life crashes the old version of you, making room for the next upgraded version to come online. Here's another way to look at it. Chaos is like a stormy sea. It tosses your boat around, tests your strength, and makes you question everything. But beneath the surface, the storm is stirring up hidden treasures, pearls of wisdom, buried truths, and deep inner strength that you would never have discovered in calm waters. One of the greatest spiritual teachings is this: chaos is a gift disguised as a crisis. It's easy to say that from the outside, of course. When you're in the thick of it, it doesn't feel like a gift. It feels like punishment. But with hindsight, many people look back and say, that was the moment that changed everything. So if you're in chaos right now, if your life feels like it's breaking apart, take a deep breath and know this: you are not broken. You are being rebuilt. This stage, as dark and difficult as it feels, is actually a sign that you are on the verge of something powerful. It's the first step in your journey from human to pure consciousness. Let's pause here for a moment of reflection. Have you experienced chaos in your life? Can you recall a time when everything seemed to fall apart, only for you to emerge wiser, stronger, and more authentic? If yes, honor that journey. That was your initiation. If you're in the middle of chaos now, trust that you are in the process of transformation. The fog will lift, the ground will steady, and you will rise, reborn. As we move forward in this video, we'll peel back the next layers of illusion and guide you deeper into the path of awakening. Because beyond the chaos lies clarity. And your journey is just beginning. Stage 2. The Source and the Void, the beginning of all existence. Once the storm of chaos has torn everything apart, we naturally ask, what lies beneath the wreckage? What is the starting point of everything? This is where we meet the second stage of consciousness, the source and the void. These are not distant or abstract ideas. They are the primal forces that underpin every aspect of reality. The source is pure potential, unlimited energy, unformed, unshaped. It is the seed of all existence, holding within it every possibility you can imagine and countless more you cannot. The void is its perfect counterpart, not just empty space, but a fertile ground, a sacred container that holds these infinite potentials until they are ready to be born. To understand them, picture a painter and a blank canvas. The painter is the source, filled with creative vision and the power to manifest something new. But without the canvas, the void, there's nowhere for that vision to come alive. Both are essential. Neither can fulfill its purpose alone. In your own life, these forces are constantly at play. The source is that moment of pure inspiration, when a new idea or desire sparks within you. The void is the quiet space of reflection and waiting, when things seem still but are actually brewing beneath the surface. Even though we rarely notice, this process is happening all the time. Every project, every dream, every personal transformation begins this way. A burst of potential energy arises, and then it seeks space to take form. The dance between source and void is not just happening out in the cosmos, it is happening inside you. Now let's connect this with something more familiar. In the world of science, there's a concept that echoes this spiritual truth: the quantum field. Physicists tell us that beneath everything solid and tangible is a field of pure potential. It's a vast, invisible ocean of energy where particles blink in and out of existence, waves of pure potential. Until observed, they don't take solid form. They remain shimmering probabilities. In other words, reality is not built from solid blocks. It is built from potential, shaped and guided by forces we can't see. This mirrors exactly what the mystics have described for thousands of years. Before anything appears in your life, it exists first in a field of invisible possibility. The source is that field of potential. The void is the silent stage where that potential waits for expression. We experience this personally in moments of deep change. Think back to a time when you were at a crossroads. Maybe you felt restless, eager for something new, but no clear path appeared. That was your source energy stirring within you, sending out signals that it was time for transformation. But at the same time, you may have felt a strange emptiness, a pause where nothing seemed to happen. That was the void holding space, giving your new reality room to take root. It's easy to get frustrated during these periods of stillness. We're conditioned to think that when nothing is happening on the surface, we are stuck. But the void is not stagnation. It is the womb of creation. It is the sacred pause before birth. One of the most profound realizations you can have is that these forces, source and void, are not outside of you. You are made of them. Every breath you take is part of this process. Every thought, every decision, every change in your life begins as a spark of potential and moves through the fertile stillness before it becomes reality. This is why tapping into silence and stillness is so powerful. When you quiet your mind, you are stepping into the void. And when you set an intention or feel a deep desire, you are connecting to the source. The two work together to create everything you experience. In the physical world, we can see reflections of this everywhere. A seed holds the potential of an entire forest, but it needs the soil, dark and still, to nurture that potential into growth. An artist may have the most brilliant idea in the world, but without time and space to bring it into form, it remains only a dream. In your spiritual journey, these forces shape every breakthrough you have. The source gives you the spark of awakening, the knowing that there's more to life than what you've been taught. The void invites you to sit with that knowing, to let it settle and expand until it becomes part of who you are. It's important to realize that both phases are equally valuable. We often crave the energy of the source, the excitement, the clarity, the forward motion. But without the void, without the willingness to pause, reflect and create space, that energy burns out or gets lost. Just as you can't rush a seed to sprout by pulling at it, you can't force transformation to happen without honoring the process of stillness. We live in a culture that idolizes action and achievement. But true transformation comes from understanding the balance between doing and being, between creating and allowing. The source pushes us forward. The void reminds us to breathe. This understanding unlocks a deeper sense of trust. When things seem quiet, or when your progress feels stalled, you can begin to see those moments not as failures, but as sacred pauses, times when the universe is gathering its resources, aligning unseen pieces, and preparing you for what's next. Right now, you might be in a phase of source energy, bursting with ideas and dreams, or you might be in the void, where things feel still and unclear. Both are exactly where you need to be. The source and the void teach us that everything is cyclical. Creation, rest, renewal. It's the rhythm of existence, and it's reflected in your own journey. The more you align with this rhythm, the more ease and clarity you'll experience. And this brings us to a deeper question. If everything begins with pure potential and unfolds through stillness, what gives shape to our experience? What force transforms raw energy into the vivid realities of our lives? To answer that, we need to explore a force that shapes not just your personal journey, but the entire fabric of existence, a force that reveals the true nature of every experience you've ever had. That force is duality, and it holds the key to understanding how creation moves from the formless into the world you know. Stage 3. Duality, the blueprint of life. Once we understand the source and the void, where everything begins, we face a new question. How does that pure potential actually take shape? The answer is one of the most profound principles in existence: duality. Duality is the great splitting force. It's the moment when oneness divides to create contrast, form, and experience. Without duality, there would be no life as we know it. Let's make this simple. Think of light and dark. One cannot exist without the other. Without darkness, you wouldn't even know what light is. Without light, darkness would have no meaning, or joy and sorrow. Imagine if you were happy all the time. Would you even recognize it as happiness? It's because you've known sadness that joy feels so alive. This pattern of opposites creating meaning runs through every part of your life. Love and hate, chaos and order, action and rest. Each pair is part of a larger, perfect balance. This is duality. And whether you realize it or not, you are living in it every single day. Think about your own inner world. You have moments when you feel strong and certain, and others when doubt creeps in. You have days when you are full of love and compassion, and others when frustration takes over. You are light and dark, hope and fear, expansion and contraction. At first glance, duality might seem like a conflict, a battle between two opposing forces. We often think of it that way: good versus evil, success versus failure, love versus heartbreak. It can feel like we're stuck between two extremes, always bouncing back and forth. But here's the deeper truth: duality is not your enemy. In fact, it's the raw material of all experience. Without it, nothing could exist and nothing could grow. Nature shows us this clearly. Think of a seed. It needs both the warmth of the sun and the cool darkness of the soil to sprout. One without the other, and nothing happens. Or your own body. Your heart beats because of contraction and relaxation. Your breath flows because of inhale and exhale. Life itself is a dance of opposites. This is why trying to escape duality or push away one side of it never really works. You can't have day without night. You can't experience love without risking loss. The challenge is not to fight duality, but to work with it. Let's pause for a moment. Right now, I want you to take a deep breath and think about your own life. What are 5 pairs of opposites you are experiencing or have experienced? They can be anything, big or small. For example, security versus freedom, control versus surrender, ambition versus contentment, speaking up versus listening, connection versus independence. Take a moment, let these pairs come to mind. This exercise is more than a mental game. It helps you see that your life is woven from these threads of contrast. And the more aware you become of them, the more power you gain to navigate your experience with clarity. Now here's something that changes everything. Duality is not absolute. These opposites are not fixed enemies, they are 2 sides of the same coin. Take masculine and feminine energy. Every person holds both. Masculine energy is active, driven, focused. Feminine energy is intuitive, receptive, flowing. You need both to feel balanced, whole, and creative. One without the other leads to imbalance. Or look at light and dark. We tend to think of light as good and dark as bad. But in truth, darkness is where deep growth happens. Seeds sprout in the dark. New life begins in the hidden safety of the womb. Darkness is not evil. It's the space where transformation brews. This deeper understanding helps you shift from resistance to acceptance. Instead of seeing challenges as punishments, you start to recognize them as necessary experiences that shape you. Here's an example. Think of someone who has gone through intense failure. Maybe they lost a business, a dream, or a relationship. In the moment, it feels like destruction. But if they keep moving forward, they often look back and say, "That was the moment I grew the most. That's when I discovered my true strength." This is duality at work. The very thing that felt like your downfall becomes the soil for your next breakthrough. And it's not just personal. We see duality in the world around us. Innovation often springs from crisis. Compassion deepens after loss. Community becomes strongest after shared struggle. Even on a global scale, every challenge humanity faces holds the seed of its next evolution. Now let's talk about why this matters so much. When you understand duality, really understand it, you stop seeing life as something happening to you and start recognizing that everything, even the hard stuff, is shaping you. You become more resilient, more peaceful, more powerful. Because instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" you begin to ask, "What is this teaching me? What strength is this building?" This shift in perspective is transformational. It means you no longer have to be at war with yourself or your experiences. You don't have to label things as good or bad and get trapped in endless judgment. You can hold both sides, joy and sorrow, hope and fear, gain and loss, and find balance within the tension. This is the mastery of duality, not escaping it, but dancing with it. So as you continue on your path, notice where duality is showing up for you. Are you resisting one side of an experience? Are you longing for light but pushing away the dark? Are you craving love but afraid of vulnerability? The more honestly you can answer these questions, the more power you reclaim. The truth is, you don't need to fight duality. You need to see it, accept it, and allow it to shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more whole. Everything in your life, every success, every struggle, is a thread in the fabric of your growth. Duality is not here to punish you. It's here to deepen your experience, to carve out the space where your true self can rise. And as you step deeper into this understanding, you start to see that even the most difficult moments hold hidden gifts. Every contrast sharpens your clarity. Every setback strengthens your resolve. Every shadow makes your light shine brighter. This is the secret of duality. And once you grasp it, your entire perspective shifts. You begin to realize that life isn't a series of random events. It's a perfectly woven tapestry of contrasts, designed to help you discover who you really are. And so, the question becomes, if duality shapes every part of your experience, what is the deeper intelligence that weaves it all together? What hidden blueprint connects the opposites and guides the unfolding of life? To answer that, we need to look beyond the opposites themselves and into the heart of the intelligence that birthed them. That's exactly where we're going next. Stage 4. The Godhead, the origin of consciousness. We've explored chaos, the source and void, and the eternal dance of duality. But now, we step even deeper into the very core of existence. This is the realm of the Godhead. The Godhead is not a being. It's not a figure seated on a throne in the sky. It is something far greater, something beyond form and limitation. The Godhead is pure consciousness, the infinite field of awareness from which everything arises. Think of it as the ultimate intelligence, the primal mind that existed before anything else, before light and dark, before time and space. It is the foundation of all creation, the source of every atom, every thought, every vibration. To help you picture it, imagine a vast, endless ocean. Not an ordinary ocean, but one made of pure energy, shimmering and alive. Every wave on its surface, every ripple and current is part of this ocean. Some waves rise high, some are small, but all are connected. They are not separate from the ocean. They are the ocean in motion. This is the Godhead, and you are one of those waves. You may appear as a separate individual with your own thoughts, emotions, and experiences, but at your core, you are made of the same infinite consciousness. This is where the idea of fractals comes in. A fractal is a pattern that repeats itself endlessly, no matter how deeply you zoom in. The same geometry, the same design appearing again and again, whether you're looking at a galaxy, a snowflake, a fern leaf, or the neural pathways in your brain. Fractals are the signature of the Godhead. They show us that the entire universe is built on a blueprint of endless self-similarity, a grand pattern where every part contains the whole. You can see this pattern everywhere in nature. The spiral arms of a galaxy mirror the spiral of a seashell. The branching of rivers reflects the branching of your veins and arteries. The split of tree limbs mirrors the branching neurons firing inside your brain. It's not a coincidence. It's a message, a constant reminder that everything is interconnected. Every part of the universe mirrors the whole, and that includes you. You are a living fractal of consciousness, a unique expression of the infinite, experiencing life through your own distinct perspective. Every insight you have, every act of love, every moment of growth, it is all the Godhead expressing and expanding through you. This is why the mystics have always taught that the divine is not something outside of you, it is within you. You are both the observer and the observed, the creator and the creation. To help you experience this more deeply, let's take a moment for a simple meditation. Wherever you are, find a comfortable position. You can sit or lie down, whatever feels natural to you. Close your eyes gently. Take a slow, deep breath in. Hold for a moment. Then gently exhale. Begin to notice your body. Feel the weight of it resting on the earth. Notice the rise and fall of your breath. Feel the pulse of life moving through you. Now imagine a single point of light glowing at the center of your chest. This light is pure, bright, and alive. As you focus on it, see it expanding, radiating outward in all directions. It grows brighter, filling your chest, your belly, your arms and legs, your entire body. This light continues to grow, expanding beyond your skin. It stretches outward, filling the room you're in, then the building, the city, the country. It keeps expanding, past the clouds, beyond the planet, out into the stars, until you see yourself as a glowing point of light within an infinite web of radiance stretching across the cosmos. Every star, every galaxy, every being is a point of light in this web, each one shining, each one connected. And as you look closer, you realize something profound. The same pattern repeats itself endlessly. Every thread of light is made of smaller threads. Every part of the web contains the whole design. You are not separate from this web. You are the web. Take a moment to feel this connection, the deep, unshakable truth that you are both a single point of awareness and the infinite field itself. Breathe into that. Let it settle. And when you feel ready, gently bring your awareness back to the room. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, and slowly open your eyes. Notice how you feel. More expansive, more grounded, more connected. This meditation is a powerful reminder. You are not just part of the universe. You are the universe, looking back at itself. When you start to live from this awareness, everything changes. You stop feeling like you have to earn your place here. You realize you belong. Your existence is not an accident. It is essential. You are a unique expression of the infinite, playing out a story that only you can tell. Every experience you have, whether it feels good or bad, is a part of the Godhead's exploration of itself. Even your challenges hold purpose because they deepen and expand the total experience of consciousness. This is the deeper meaning of divine purpose. It's not about reaching some final destination or achieving perfection. It's about fully inhabiting your place in the fractal, bringing your light to the world in the way only you can. You don't have to be anything other than yourself. But when you remember who you really are, a fractal of the infinite, you naturally begin to live with more presence, more clarity, and more grace. You begin to trust the process, even when it feels uncertain, because you know that everything is unfolding within the grand design of the Godhead, a pattern that is perfect in its complexity. And this leads to a beautiful question. If we are each a point of consciousness within the Godhead, what happens when we come together? What emerges when individual sparks begin to resonate and align as one? This is the next layer of your journey, the awakening of the collective field of awareness that links all souls into a single living consciousness. We're about to step into that understanding now. Stage 5, the Oversoul, the collective field of awareness. Up until now, we've explored your individual connection to the universe, your spark within the fractal, your personal piece of the infinite Godhead. But there's a deeper layer of reality that goes beyond the individual. It's the layer that reminds us, you are not alone and you never were. This is the realm of the Oversoul. The Oversoul is the collective consciousness that binds every soul together, an energetic web that holds the memories, emotions, and wisdom of all beings. Think of it as the universe's shared mind. Each of us, while unique, is also an expression of this larger field of awareness. It's a concept that has appeared in many traditions, what Carl Jung called the collective unconscious, or what some mystics describe as the world soul. In simple terms, the Oversoul is the unseen thread that connects all of us, like a vast network of energy linking every thought and experience. To visualize it, imagine a massive spiderweb stretching across the cosmos. Each strand is a line of connection between souls, and each time someone feels, thinks, or acts, a ripple moves through the web, subtly influencing everything else. Have you ever experienced a deep, intuitive nudge that you couldn't explain? Maybe you thought of a friend randomly, and minutes later they texted you. Or you sensed that something was wrong, only to discover later that a loved one was in trouble. These are moments when you instinctively connect to the Oversoul, or think of times when a sudden flash of insight hit you out of nowhere, an idea that felt so right, as if it came from someplace beyond your own mind. That's the Oversoul in action, delivering wisdom and inspiration through its infinite network. One fascinating feature of the Oversoul is how it transmits emotion. Have you ever entered a room and immediately sensed tension even before anyone spoke? Or joined a group and felt an unexpected wave of peace and connection? Your Oversoul connection was picking up on the emotional energy left in that space. This field is also at play when people experience collective movements. Social shifts, awakenings, and revolutions often seem to arise simultaneously in different parts of the world, without clear coordination. That's because new energies and ideas often emerge first in the Oversoul, flowing into our shared awareness when the time is right. The Oversoul is not limited by space or time. It links us across generations, cultures, and even dimensions of consciousness. Some traditions say it holds the records of all human experience, every lesson learned, every story lived. And here's a powerful truth. Every time you grow, heal, or raise your awareness, you uplift the Oversoul. Your personal progress ripples out, making it a little easier for others to access new insights and healing. This is why your journey of transformation matters more than you think. You are not just evolving for yourself, you are adding light to the collective field. So how can you strengthen your connection to this immense web of awareness? First, practice listening to your intuition. The Oversoul often speaks through subtle feelings, a quiet knowing, or a gentle pull toward or away from something. The more you honor these signals, the clearer they become. Second, spend time in stillness and reflection. Whether it's meditation, a walk in nature, or deep breathing, these moments of quiet help you tap into the deeper layers of the Oversoul. Third, notice synchronicities. These meaningful coincidences are breadcrumbs from the Oversoul, showing you that you're in alignment with something greater. Group practices are also incredibly powerful. When people gather with a shared intention, whether it's meditation, prayer, or creative collaboration, their personal awarenesses merge into a stronger collective field. This is why community and group healing can feel so impactful. Right now, whether you're conscious of it or not, you are connected to the Oversoul. Every thought, every choice, every shift in your energy plays a part in shaping the collective story of humanity. And the beautiful thing is, the Oversoul supports you in return. You are never alone in your growth or struggles. Behind the scenes, a vast, intelligent field of consciousness is holding you, guiding you, and evolving with you. This understanding opens up a new layer of purpose. It reminds you that you belong to something bigger, and every step you take on your personal journey sends ripples through the entire web of life. Now that we've uncovered this field of collective awareness, it raises an intriguing question. Beyond this shared web of consciousness, are there higher beings, guides and guardians, who help steer and protect the journey of our souls? That's the next step on this path of awakening. Stage 6. Divine Guardians, the Invisible Guides. As we've journeyed through the Oversoul, we've seen how deeply we are connected to one another, a shared consciousness that links all souls across time and space. But beyond that vast collective field, there exists another form of support, one that feels personal, direct, and deeply protective. This is the realm of the Divine Guardians. Divine Guardians are higher intelligence beings of pure energy, whose mission is to guide, protect, and gently steer us through the human journey. Across cultures and faiths, they appear under different names: guardian angels, archangels, ascended masters, or spiritual guides. But no matter what name you give them, their purpose is the same: to help you navigate life with greater wisdom, courage, and clarity. While the Oversoul is a vast, impersonal field of collective energy, Divine Guardians are intimately attuned to you, focused on your personal path and unique evolution. Unlike the Oversoul's vast collective field, Divine Guardians are intimately attuned, offering personal guidance tailored to your unique journey. What makes them fascinating is their ability to intervene at key moments, often without us realizing it. Let's explore how this looks in real life. Take, for instance, the story of Daniel, who was hiking alone in the mountains. He had been on this trail many times before, but on this particular day, something felt off. Halfway through his hike, he felt an unexplainable urge to turn back, despite clear skies and no visible danger. Minutes later, a sudden landslide wiped out part of the trail just ahead of where he would have been. Looking back, Daniel realized that subtle nudge to turn around saved his life. Or consider Maria's experience. She was rushing through traffic, distracted and stressed, when she suddenly heard, clear as day, a voice in her mind whisper, "Slow down." Startled, she eased her foot off the gas just in time to avoid a collision with a car running a red light. To this day, she swears it was not her own thought, but something or someone watching over her. And then there's Sam's story. During a period of deep grief after losing his father, he started noticing white feathers appearing in the most unlikely places: his office desk, his car, even his kitchen counter. Though skeptical at first, he later learned that white feathers are a common sign of angelic presence. These small, gentle reminders gave him comfort and a sense of peace he hadn't felt since his loss. What do these stories have in common? They show us that divine guardians often work in subtle, quiet ways. Sometimes it's a whisper in your mind. Other times, it's a powerful gut feeling that you can't ignore. Occasionally, they might even show up in physical form, a stranger who appears at just the right moment to offer help, and then disappears as mysteriously as they came. Their guidance isn't always about preventing danger. Often, they work to gently steer you toward choices that align with your highest good. That sudden inspiration to apply for a job, the unexpected clarity during a tough decision, or even meeting someone who changes your life path. These can all be signs of your guides at work. It's important to understand that divine guardians respect free will. They don't control or override your choices. Instead, they offer nudges, insights, and protection when you're open to receiving it. Their goal is not to remove challenges entirely, but to support you in growing through them with strength and wisdom. You might wonder, do I have my own guardian? The answer is a resounding yes. Many teachings suggest that each person is assigned at least one guardian angel at birth, someone who stays by your side throughout your entire life, offering unconditional support. In addition to personal guides, there are also archangels and ascended masters who oversee broader missions, stepping in when you're facing significant life changes or when you call on them with intention. So, how can you deepen your connection with these unseen helpers? It starts with awareness. Simply acknowledging their presence is a powerful first step. You don't need special rituals, just a genuine openness to their existence. Next, practice quieting your mind. Divine messages are subtle. The more you cultivate stillness, through meditation, nature walks, or mindful breathing, the easier it becomes to discern their whispers. You can also ask for signs. Many people request a specific symbol, like feathers, coins, or a repeating number sequence, as confirmation of their guardian's presence. The key is to stay open and receptive without forcing or overanalyzing. One of the most profound ways to strengthen your connection is through gratitude. Even if you don't fully understand how they work, expressing thanks for their unseen help reinforces your bond. Here's a simple practice you can try tonight. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. In your mind or out loud, say, "Thank you to my guides and guardians for your love, protection, and guidance. I am open to your help and grateful for your presence in my life." Sit in that energy for a few minutes and simply notice what you feel. Over time, you may begin to recognize their influence more clearly through dreams, sudden insights, or a growing sense of inner peace. It's also worth noting that divine guardians often work through others. Have you ever had a stranger offer exactly the words you needed to hear, or met someone whose presence seemed to uplift you instantly? Sometimes your guides use people around you as messengers, weaving their guidance seamlessly into your daily life. And while we may long for dramatic encounters or miraculous interventions, often the most profound guidance comes through the quiet reassurances, the feeling that you are held, supported, and never truly alone. Across the world, these stories and experiences persist because they speak to something deep within us. A knowing that we are more than flesh and bone, that there are forces of light walking with us, even when we can't see them. Divine guardians remind us that we are deeply loved and cared for, not just by other humans, but by the universe itself. And as we become more attuned to their presence, a new awareness begins to dawn. If these guardians are supporting us, what larger system are they helping us align with? What hidden framework keeps all of creation in balance, ensuring that everything remains connected? This question opens the door to the next stage of your journey, where we'll explore the intricate living network that holds the fabric of reality together, the crystalline grid. Stage 7, Crystalline Grid, the luminous web connecting all things. By now, we've met our divine guardians, the invisible helpers who guide and protect us. But that raises an even deeper question. Where does all this guidance flow through? What structure holds everything in place? The answer lies in the crystalline grid. Picture a vast, multidimensional web of light and energy that links stars, planets, beings, and realms across the cosmos. It's the scaffolding upon which reality is built, a shimmering web that keeps everything aligned, balanced, and harmonized. This grid is not just a poetic metaphor, it's a real dynamic structure, an energetic matrix that holds the blueprint of creation. Every thought, every action, every ripple of energy moves through this grid, influencing and being influenced by the whole. To help you picture it, let's bring in something familiar: the neural network in your brain. Your brain contains billions of neurons, and each neuron connects to thousands of others through synapses. These connections allow signals, tiny sparks of electrical energy, to move at lightning speed, processing information, forming thoughts, and creating your entire perception of reality. In the same way, the crystalline grid is like the nervous system of the universe. Every point of light, every planet, star, and soul is a node in this vast network. Signals of energy, intention, and consciousness flow continuously, creating the dance of existence. And just like your brain relies on this web of connections to keep your body alive and functioning, the universe relies on the crystalline grid to maintain its balance and coherence. Another helpful comparison is the internet. Think about how we use the internet. Every device, your phone, your computer, is connected to a larger network. Even though you may be sitting alone in your room, you can instantly connect to people and information across the globe. The internet allows for real-time communication, data sharing, and a sense of global unity. The crystalline grid works in a similar but far more profound way. It's the cosmic internet, linking not just human minds, but all forms of consciousness: animals, plants, the earth itself, and even non-physical beings. Every thought, every emotion, every act of creation sends ripples through this grid, influencing the whole. And here's the mind-blowing part. Just as your device can both send and receive data, you are constantly transmitting and receiving energy through the crystalline grid. Whether you realize it or not, you are a living antenna, broadcasting your frequency and picking up signals from the larger field. You've probably felt this connection before, even if you didn't name it as such. For instance, have you ever walked into a place, maybe a sacred site, a forest, or even an old building, and felt a powerful energy, a sense of awe or peace that you couldn't explain? That's because certain places sit at key points on the crystalline grid, where energy flows more intensely. These places are often called energy vortexes or power spots. Sacred sites like the pyramids of Giza, Stonehenge, Machu Picchu, they all align with major nodes in this grid, which is why people across cultures and history have been drawn to them. But the grid isn't just in famous places. It's everywhere. Right now, the floor beneath you, the air around you, the space you occupy, it's all woven into this luminous network. You are standing within the grid every moment of your life. This means your intentions, emotions, and actions don't exist in isolation. Every time you think a thought or feel an emotion, you're sending a signal through the grid. These signals influence your reality and ripple outward to influence the larger field. This is why healing yourself contributes to collective healing. When you raise your personal vibration by clearing limiting beliefs, practicing gratitude, or living with more compassion, you are upgrading your signal, which strengthens the grid as a whole. And it works both ways. When enough people in the collective raise their vibration, it uplifts the entire grid, making it easier for others to awaken, heal, and evolve. Let's return to the internet analogy for a moment. Imagine if your Wi-Fi signal is weak or cluttered. You experience delays, errors, frustration. But when your connection is strong and clear, everything flows smoothly. In the same way, when your personal energy field is clogged by stress, fear, or negativity, you might feel disconnected or stuck. But when you clean and strengthen your energy field, your connection to the crystalline grid becomes more powerful and aligned. So how can you consciously work with this grid? One simple method is grounding. Visualize yourself connected to the Earth through a column of light, rooting you to the planet's crystalline core. This practice strengthens your energetic connection and helps you align with the Earth's natural rhythms. Another practice is intentional alignment. Spend a few minutes each day focusing your mind and heart on positive intentions, not just for yourself, but for the collective. Visualize your energy weaving into the grid as a bright, strong thread, contributing to harmony and balance. And don't underestimate the power of sacred sites or places that feel energetically alive to you. Visiting or meditating in these places can supercharge your connection, offering deep insights and healing. Science is starting to explore these ideas too. Researchers studying the global coherence effect have found that human emotions and collective focus can influence Earth's magnetic field, an effect that mirrors ancient teachings about the grid. Whether or not we have full scientific proof yet, countless people report feeling a deep resonance with the idea of the crystalline grid, because it aligns with something we intuitively know. We are part of a larger whole, and everything we do matters. The crystalline grid reminds us that we are never isolated. Every breath, every intention, every step you take is part of a vast, living tapestry of light. And as you strengthen your connection to the grid, you begin to feel it more tangibly. You notice synchronicities increasing, intuition sharpening, and a growing sense of belonging to something much greater than yourself. This awareness leads to a powerful shift in perspective. If we are all woven into this grid of energy, how do we, as individuals, shape our reality within it? What tools do we have to consciously interact with the fabric of existence? That's where we turn next, as we step into the realm of thought and intention and learn how your mind becomes a key player in the dance of creation. Stage 8. Mental, astral, and etheric planes. The layers of thought, emotion, and energy. So far, we've looked outward, exploring the vast grids and cosmic networks that link us to the universe. But now it's time to turn inward and explore the multi-layered reality within you. This brings us to the next stage of your awakening, the mental, astral, and etheric planes. These three planes form the inner architecture of your being, each playing a unique role in shaping your experience of reality. Let's break them down one by one. 1. The mental plane, the layer of thought. The mental plane is where your thoughts, beliefs, and ideas live. It's like a vast inner landscape where your mind creates pictures, scenarios, and meanings. Every time you form an opinion, imagine a possibility, or solve a problem, you are working within this plane. It's powerful because thoughts are frequencies. What you think generates a vibration that extends beyond your brain and into your energetic field. Over time, your dominant thoughts condition your reality. Think about a time when you were convinced something bad would happen, and then it did, or when you kept focusing on a goal with clarity and positivity, and doors began to open. That's the mental plane in action. You've probably heard the saying, "What you think, you become." This isn't just motivational fluff. It reflects a deeper truth. Your thoughts are the blueprints that lay the foundation for everything you experience in the physical world. 2. The astral plane, the layer of emotion. The astral plane is the emotional body. It's where your feelings live and where your desires, dreams, and fears are energized. While the mental plane is like the architect drawing up the plan, the astral plane is the fuel that brings those plans to life. Emotions are currents of energy, alive, moving, shaping your reality in every moment. Think about it. A passing thought doesn't have much power on its own. But when it's charged with strong emotion, whether it's joy, fear, love, or anger, it gains magnetic strength. That's why, in manifestation work, it's not enough to simply think positive thoughts. You need to feel them deeply. Ever been around someone whose mood instantly affected you? That's astral energy. The astral plane creates a kind of emotional atmosphere, and the stronger the emotion, the more it shapes your experience. 3. The etheric plane, the layer of vital energy. Finally, we have the etheric plane, the bridge between your inner world and the physical body. This is your energetic template, sometimes called the life force field. In Eastern traditions, it's referred to as chi prana or ki. Every organ, muscle, and cell in your body is mirrored in the etheric plane. It's the energetic blueprint that keeps your physical form alive, healthy, and aligned. When your etheric energy flows freely, you feel vibrant and well. But when it's blocked or imbalanced, dis-ease and discomfort can show up in your body. This plane also connects to the energy meridians, chakras, and auric layers, creating a full network of vitality. How these planes work together. These three planes, mental, astral, etheric, are interwoven. They don't exist in isolation. They constantly influence each other. A negative thought, mental, can trigger anxiety, astral, which might then manifest as tension or illness, etheric. A joyful feeling, astral, can inspire uplifting thoughts, mental, and create a sense of vitality and wellness, etheric. It's a dynamic, flowing system. A cycle where energy moves from thought to emotion to physical sensation and back again. Understanding this allows you to see that your reality is created from the inside out. A simple energy awareness exercise. Let's bring this understanding into your own experience with a simple body energy awareness exercise. This will help you tune in to the etheric plane and feel the flow of energy within you. 1. Find a quiet spot where you can sit comfortably with your feet flat on the floor and your hands resting on your lap. Close your eyes gently and take 3 slow, deep breaths, in through your nose, out through your mouth. 3. Bring your awareness to your hands. Feel the sensation of your palms resting on your lap. Notice any tingling, warmth, or pulsing sensation there. Now, imagine that with each inhale, you are drawing in fresh, clean energy. Visualize this energy as a bright light flowing into your chest, down your arms, and into your palms. 5. As you breathe out, imagine this energy gently expanding, creating a glowing field around your hands. 6. Focus on this for a few moments. Notice any changes in sensation, maybe more heat, subtle vibration, or even a feeling of heaviness. 7. When you're ready, take a deep breath and open your eyes. This simple exercise strengthens your awareness of the etheric plane. The more you practice, the more sensitive you become to your body's energy flow, and you'll begin to notice where things feel blocked, light, or vibrant. Why this matters. Understanding and working with these planes is a game changer. It helps you recognize how your thoughts shape your reality. Tune in to the emotions driving your decisions. Keep your energy body healthy to maintain overall well-being. It's also key to deeper spiritual work. Many people who develop this sensitivity find they can sense the energies of others, tap into collective fields more easily, and even accelerate their healing processes. These planes are also doorways. When you master your mental, emotional, and energetic fields, you gain clearer access to higher realms of consciousness, astral projection, lucid dreaming, intuitive downloads, all become more natural. The bigger picture. So far, you've seen how vast and layered your existence truly is. You are not just a body. You are a multi-dimensional being, operating on levels of thought, feeling, and energy all at once. And here's the empowering truth. When you align these layers, you become a masterful creator of your experience. The more aware and balanced you are within your mental, astral, and etheric planes, the clearer your connection to the universe's deeper wisdom, and the more smoothly your life begins to flow. But that raises a powerful question. If all of this is happening within you, and your energy flows into the larger grid of creation, how can you consciously shape the reality you experience? The answer lies in understanding the physical realm and how to break free from its most convincing illusions. That's where we're headed next. Stage 9, Physical Plane and the Matrix. Pulling back the curtain. After exploring the inner realms of thought, emotion, and energy, we now arrive at the most tangible layer of existence, the physical plane. This is the world you see, touch, and move through every day. The ground beneath your feet, the food you eat, the technology you use. It's the most real and convincing layer of all. But as powerful as it appears, the physical plane is also the greatest illusion. Why? Because what you perceive as solid, permanent, and objective is actually a projection, a condensed form of energy shaped by thoughts, emotions, and patterns from the higher planes. Quantum physics supports this idea. At the smallest level, everything is energy. The atoms making up your body, your home, and your phone are 99.999% empty space. What appears solid is really vibrating energy fields, yet despite this truth, we are trained from birth to trust the illusion, to believe that what we see and measure is all there is, and that's where the matrix comes in. What is the matrix? The matrix is a control system, a network of beliefs, structures, and routines designed to keep you focused on the physical plane. Its goal? To make sure you remain so absorbed in survival, success, and external validation that you never question the deeper nature of reality. It's not just a sci-fi concept. The matrix is real, and you interact with it every single day. It operates through subtle programming, social norms, cultural conditioning, and systems that keep you busy, distracted, and often disempowered. Let's break it down with examples you'll recognize immediately. The 9-to-5 grind. From a young age, most of us are taught that life follows a set formula. Go to school, get good grades, find a stable job, work 40+ hours a week, retire at 65 if you're lucky. This formula is presented as the only path to success and security, but in reality, it's a cycle designed to keep you occupied, pouring your energy into a system that rarely feeds your soul. Think about how many people feel trapped in jobs they don't love, stuck in routines that drain their spirit, yet feel unable to break free because the alternative seems too risky. That's the matrix at work, rewarding conformity, punishing deviation, and keeping you tethered to the physical world through the illusion of security. Social media and digital addiction. The rise of social media has added a powerful new layer to the matrix. These platforms are designed to capture your attention and feed your ego. Likes, shares, comments, they tap into your need for validation, creating addictive loops that keep you scrolling, comparing, and craving more. On the surface, social media connects us, but look deeper, and you'll see it often fuels anxiety, inadequacy, and division. It keeps you looking outward, measuring your worth by others' standards, and distracted from the deeper work of self-awareness. The Matrix loves this. The more time you spend caught in virtual approval cycles, the less time you spend questioning your true purpose and power. AI and surveillance. Technology can be empowering, but it's also become a tool for subtle control. Artificial intelligence and data algorithms now track your every move, what you click, what you buy, even what you think about. These systems learn your habits and shape the information you see, reinforcing your existing beliefs and preferences. At first, this seems convenient, but over time, it creates echo chambers, narrowing your worldview and making it harder to see beyond your current reality. In a sense, AI is helping the Matrix become more sophisticated, creating customized cages that keep you comfortable but limited. Cultural narratives. Beyond technology, the Matrix operates through powerful stories that shape your identity. You're told what success looks like, what beauty is, what's acceptable, and what's not. You're bombarded with messages about scarcity, how there's never enough money, time, or opportunity. These narratives are deeply ingrained. They dictate your choices without you even realizing it, until you begin to wake up. The awakening process. The first step in breaking free from the Matrix is recognizing it's there. You begin to notice the patterns, how certain routines drain your energy, how media manipulates your emotions, how societal pressures steer you away from your inner truth. As awareness grows, a question naturally arises. Is this all there is? That moment of questioning is powerful. It cracks the illusion and allows the light of deeper truth to shine through. From there, you start making small but radical shifts. You prioritize inner peace over external approval. You redefine success on your own terms. You unplug, literally and metaphorically, from systems that no longer serve you. Each conscious choice weakens the Matrix's grip and strengthens your connection to your true essence. A living paradox. It's important to understand the physical plane is not bad. It's a beautiful, necessary part of your journey. The problem isn't the physical world itself. It's forgetting that it's just one layer of a much larger reality. You are here to experience, create, and evolve through this plane. But you are not meant to be enslaved by it. The goal is mastery, to live in the world, but not be of it. To enjoy the material without being ruled by it. To remember that you are a spiritual being having a human experience, not a human scrambling for scraps of spiritual insight. Pulling back the curtain. Every time you choose self-awareness over distraction, intuition over programming, or love over fear, you pull back the curtain a little more. You begin to see the Matrix for what it is, a stage set up to challenge you, teach you, and ultimately help you remember your true nature. And as you grow more conscious, something incredible happens. The Matrix starts to lose its hold. The systems around you may not change overnight, but your relationship to them transforms. You step into a deeper power, the power to create your own reality from the inside out. Which brings us to a crucial question. If you're here to experience and master the physical world, what's the next step in fully ascending beyond the illusions? That's exactly where we're heading next. Stage 10, Ascension, the leap of consciousness. We've spent this journey uncovering deep truths, exploring the invisible layers of reality, breaking down the illusions of the Matrix, and awakening to the vastness of who we truly are. But now something profound begins to happen. You find yourself standing at the threshold of a complete transformation. This is the moment of ascension. So, what is ascension? Now, having uncovered deep truths, peeling back illusion after illusion, you stand at a threshold, the moment of ascension, and discover how this profound shift transforms not only your inner world, but also your everyday life. It's the process of rising into a new way of being, where you fully realize your multidimensional nature while staying present in your human body. Ascension is not about leaving the world or floating into the sky. It's about grounding higher awareness here and now in your daily life. What happens during ascension? Ascension begins when something inside you wakes up. It might be triggered by a crisis, a spiritual experience, or even a subtle inner knowing that there is more to life than what you've been taught. This awakening marks the start of a deep and often unpredictable process of shedding old skins, belief systems, emotional baggage, toxic patterns, and stepping into a higher vibration of clarity, compassion, and personal power. It's like stepping out of a dark room into bright sunlight. At first, it's overwhelming. But as your inner eyes adjust, you start to see the world and yourself with incredible new depth and clarity, recognizing the signs of ascension. How do you know if you're ascending? Let's explore some of the key signs that you are undergoing this powerful inner transformation. 1. Heightened sensitivity. Your senses sharpen. Noises may feel louder, emotions more intense, and you become deeply attuned to the energies of places, people, and situations. Crowded environments may overwhelm you, and your body becomes more sensitive to food, chemicals, or even technology. 2. Emotional fluctuations. Old emotions that you thought were handled may resurface. Feelings of sadness, anger, fear, or grief can come up seemingly out of nowhere. This is your system's way of purging stagnant energy, clearing out the old to make room for the new. 3. Sudden epiphanies. You may have moments of profound clarity, seeing through the illusions of society, realizing deep truths about yourself, or feeling an unshakable sense of connection with something greater than yourself. 4. Shifts in relationships. As your vibration rises, certain relationships may begin to feel out of sync. Some friendships may fade naturally, while new connections with people who resonate with your evolving self appear. 5. Strong intuition. You begin to trust your inner voice like never before. You might just know things, sense what's about to happen, or experience dreams and synchronicities that seem too precise to ignore. 6. Physical changes. You may experience bodily sensations such as tingling, warmth, or pressure, especially around your crown, top of head, and third eye area. Sleep patterns can shift dramatically. You might feel fatigued one day and highly energized the next. 7. Desire for simplicity and nature. You feel called to declutter your environment and simplify your lifestyle. Nature becomes a sanctuary where you feel most at peace and connected. 8. Increased synchronicity. You notice repeated number sequences, like 1111, meaningful coincidences, or signs that confirm you're on the right path. These synchronicities increase as your alignment deepens. 9. Inner calm amid outer chaos. Even when challenges arise, you find yourself less reactive, with a growing sense of trust that everything is unfolding as it should. 10. A sense of purpose and mission. A deeper sense of purpose stirs within you. You may feel driven to share your gifts, help others awaken, or contribute to the collective in meaningful ways. Why these signs matter. These experiences are not random. They are markers that your inner system is realigning with higher consciousness. your energetic field is recalibrating to hold more light, wisdom, and awareness. One important thing to remember: Ascension is not about achieving some final destination or becoming perfect. It's a continuous journey of evolution, integration, and embodiment. There will be waves, moments of deep clarity followed by periods of confusion or heaviness. These cycles are part of the process. Each time you move through them, you rise stronger and clearer. Challenges you may encounter. While Ascension is beautiful, it's also intense. You may experience feeling isolated. As your perspective changes, it might feel like fewer people truly understand you. Disorientation. Old ways of thinking and being begin to crumble, which can feel destabilizing at times. Physical Ascension symptoms. Fatigue, headaches, or flu-like sensations are common as your body adjusts to new frequencies. Questioning everything. Long-held beliefs may fall away, leaving you in a space of uncertainty, but also deep curiosity. All of this is normal. It means you are growing, supporting your ascension process. Here are some powerful ways to care for yourself during ascension. Ground yourself. Spend time in nature, practice grounding visualizations, or walk barefoot on the earth. Nurture your body. Listen closely to your body's needs, whether it's more rest, nourishing foods, or movement. Prioritize stillness. Regular meditation or deep breathing calms the mind and allows your system to integrate new energies. Express and release. Journal your thoughts, talk with trusted friends, or engage in creative outlets to help process what's arising. Seek soul-aligned community. Surround yourself with others who understand the path of awakening. Shared experiences can bring deep comfort. A shift in perspective. One of the most profound realizations that comes with ascension is understanding that you don't need to escape the world to rise. You are here to transform within it. As your consciousness expands, you become more present, more loving, and more connected to both the spiritual and physical realms. You move through life with clarity and grace, responding instead of reacting, and aligning your actions with your deepest truths. You become a beacon of light, uplifting others not by what you say, but by who you are. Integration, the next step. As you continue to ascend, a new understanding arises. Ascension is not about getting somewhere. It's about integrating higher consciousness into every part of your life. That's the true mastery, to live your daily life as an expression of your multidimensional self, grounded, open, and fully aligned. And that's exactly where we're going next. Stage 11, Integration, embodying higher consciousness. You've traveled far, through layers of chaos, awakening, ascension, and spiritual revelation. But here's the ultimate truth. All the wisdom, all the downloads, and all the breakthroughs mean nothing unless they are fully embodied in your daily life. This is where integration comes in, the step that grounds your spiritual awakening into practical, lived experience. It's often said that enlightenment is not about leaving the world, but about learning how to walk through it with full awareness. That's the art of integration, blending your higher consciousness into everything you do, from the smallest task to the biggest decision. Why integration is essential. Many people think that spiritual growth is about achieving blissful states, experiencing visions, or escaping into meditation. But the true challenge and the true reward lies in what happens after the breakthrough. Integration is where transformation becomes real. It's what prevents spiritual insight from fading away as just another aha moment. Without integration, spiritual experiences stay disconnected from the way you think, act, and relate to others. Imagine learning to play a beautiful piece of music. You can read about it, listen to it, and even feel inspired by it. But until you actually practice it over and over, it doesn't become part of you. The same is true with higher consciousness. Integration is the practice that turns inspiration into embodiment. Signs you're integrating higher awareness. You might wonder, how do I know if I'm truly integrating my growth? Here are key signs. 1. You respond instead of reacting. Where you once reacted impulsively, you now pause. You choose your words and actions with care from a place of awareness. 2. You live with greater presence. Whether you're having a deep conversation or washing the dishes, you bring your full attention to the moment. 3. Your priorities shift. Things that used to trigger you, status, material success, validation, become less important. Instead, you prioritize authenticity, kindness, and meaningful connection. 4. Inner alignment becomes natural. You begin to notice that your thoughts, words, and actions are increasingly aligned. You catch yourself when something feels off and make adjustments quickly. 5. You inspire others without trying. People may tell you they feel calm or uplifted around you. Your energy naturally creates ripples of healing and clarity, even without words. The challenge of integration. Make no mistake, integration isn't always smooth. It's easy to feel aligned when you're meditating in silence or reading spiritual books. But real life? That's where the work gets real. Integration requires you to stay conscious in the middle of challenges. When someone pushes your buttons, when old patterns tempt you back into fear, when the world feels chaotic, and it's easier to slip into autopilot. In these moments, the temptation is to check out and disconnect from your awareness. But every time you catch yourself and choose to realign, you deepen your integration. It's a lifelong process, a practice of showing up again and again with presence and intention. Why this work is so powerful. When you live as your integrated self, you become an anchor of light in the world. Your presence stabilizes others in times of uncertainty, models what conscious living looks like in action, helps raise the vibration of spaces you occupy, workplaces, homes, even public places. You may not always see the immediate effects, but rest assured, every act of conscious living ripples outward in ways that change the collective field. A 5-minute living consciously practice. To support your integration, here's a simple yet powerful 5-minute practice. You can do it anywhere, before work, after a conversation, or even in the middle of a busy day. Step 1. Arrive fully, 1 minute. Sit or stand still. Take 3 deep breaths. As you inhale, feel your chest expand. As you exhale, release any tension. Gently say to yourself, I am here now. Step 2. Scan your inner world, 1 minute. Close your eyes. Bring your attention inward. Ask, what am I thinking right now? What emotions are present? No need to change anything. Just observe like a curious witness. Step 3. Connect with your body, 1 minute. Place a hand on your heart or belly. Feel the rise and fall of your breath. Notice any sensations, warmth, tightness, openness. This helps bridge your awareness from mind to body. Step 4. Activate gratitude, 1 minute. Bring to mind one thing you are grateful for right now. Let it be simple, a smile, the warmth of the sun, or even this breath. Feel the gratitude in your body. Step 5. Set an intention, 1 minute. Ask yourself, how do I want to show up next? Choose a simple intention, like, I will bring patience into my next interaction. I choose clarity and ease as I continue my day. As you open your eyes, carry that intention forward. Why this practice works. This exercise rewires your system by training your brain to pause and reflect, anchoring your energy in the present moment, shifting your emotional and mental state into one of deliberate choice. The more often you practice, even just 5 minutes a day, the more natural and automatic it becomes to live consciously. The bigger shift. Integration is where spirituality and daily life merge into one. You stop separating your spiritual side from your everyday self and realize it's all one life. This doesn't mean you become perfect or stop facing challenges. Rather, you develop a deep inner trust that whatever arises, you can meet it with awareness. You bring your highest self to conversations with loved ones, moments of stress or frustration, simple tasks like cooking, driving, or working. Little by little, your life itself becomes your spiritual practice. What happens when you fully integrate? When integration deepens, you may notice a sustained sense of inner peace, regardless of outer circumstances. Greater creativity and inspiration flowing effortlessly. Relationships transforming as you bring more honesty and compassion. A deep sense of purpose guiding your choices, even in small ways. Most importantly, you feel whole. No longer split between your spiritual ideals and daily actions. You embody your highest truth consistently. And that wholeness is what creates true fulfillment. The invitation forward. Integration is a lifelong process. Every new insight, every challenge, every success offers a fresh opportunity to align more deeply. As you continue this journey, remember, you are not just learning about higher consciousness, you are becoming it. And as you embody that fully, a powerful truth dawns. You are not only living within reality, you are actively co-creating it. That realization prepares you for the final step ahead, where you step fully into your role as both creator and creation. Take your power back. Your next step starts now. You've made it to the end of this journey, but in truth, this is just the beginning. Now that you understand your true role as both creator and creation, it's time to step fully into your power. Don't let this just be another video you watch and forget. Make this the moment everything changes. Drop your declaration below, I am awakening. Let this be your moment of power, visible to this tribe and echoed across the universe. This isn't just a phrase, it's a declaration to yourself, to this community, and to the universe that you are ready to live consciously and create with purpose. Like this video if it sparked something within you. Every like helps spread this message to others who are seeking clarity and truth. Subscribe and hit the notification bell. We are building a global community of awakened souls, and there are many more powerful journeys ahead. Stay connected so you don't miss a thing. Most importantly, join our awakening movement. Surround yourself with others who are rising too. There is nothing more powerful than a tribe of conscious creators supporting and inspiring one another. Remember, your awakening ripples out. Every step you take uplifts not only your life, but the lives of countless others. This is your time to rise, to create, to embody the highest version of yourself. We're in this together, and I cannot wait to witness the reality you build next.